when I was probably in like fifth grade, started doing like orchestral music and stuff like that. Fell in love with playing the upright bass, and then I eventually went to a school of rock program at a local music store that I now work at, which is funny. 'Cause I didn't think that would happen. But and then I got fell in love with just playing more rock and roll style music. Continued to play jazz and orchestra and all that fun stuff through high school, and then after high school um, is when I started playing more heavy metal. Um, Played with one band called Bellatrix at first. Just always played bass. It's always been my bread and butter. Um, then after a long time, quit that. Then COVID hit. I started just doing producing for a lot of people. Then came back to Flagstaff because I did that in Phoenix, and found Vacant Skies, and that's what I've been doing since.
Okay. And quick question, and you're Eric, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For you, Eric, was Vacant Skies, was this your first band that you joined, or was you in a previous band before this?
I was in a previous band. My first band was called Bellatrix. Um, it was more of a symphonic metal band. Um, I fell in love with that one because I was still in college, um, and they picked me up. They paid me well just to go cover for their bassist who couldn't be there for a show, and then they ended up just having me be their permanent bassist.
Okay. And moving on to Jay, correct?
Jason.
Wait, Jay,
Oh,
the that's your name, correct?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, for Jay, before we cut out last time, you mind repeating your answer to the question?
Oh yeah. Did you get the whole answer, or do I need to repeat everything? Or?
Oh no, we ain't. Yeah, we it froze on y'all,
Oh,
so we didn't get the chance to hear
okay.
your
No
side.
worries. Yeah, I started.
So you don't mind repeating?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we good.
I started off like in music pretty early on. I had some older brothers that played in some screamo bands, and one of them operated a venue for a short time called Studio 111 here in local. And I used to go to shows very young, but very young age. I was like 6 or 7 years old when I was at like a ska punk show, and I got caught in a ska punk pit, a skank pit. So yeah, I've been my origins for music go back pretty far. I've been, going to shows and trying to play music since then, basically, I feel like.
That's what's up. Okay, and for Jason, how's your story start?
I really got into music when I was 13. I started playing the guitar. I just found a lot of classic rock and grunge music really because of the internet. And my dad liked a lot of it. So with him, I just kind of knew where to look. I knew it to learn. And then I really just fell in love with guitar gradually. Didn't really get in, honestly, into like the type of metal that we play until probably a couple of years back. I kind of dabbled in it before, but I didn't go all the way. But I was really into like other technical styles of guitar music, and I had been playing in another band for a while that I'm still playing, Gone Before Us. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Been in Vacant Skies about a year now. Been great.
That's what's up hearing each of y'all beginnings. Uh, I think that really show character, and I'm definitely intrigued on Larry part, but maybe next time.
For sure.
Um, but bringing this back to y'all, I'm curious, how y'all came together. What sparked this? Um,
Yeah,
Vacant Skies.
me and Larry were in a band previously called Grim. It was like a horror punk kind of group. And we were actually looking to start another band. I think, around 2021 or so, um, is when Vacant Skies actually started. But yeah, we ended up finding a guitarist by the name of Mark, which was the original guitarist for Vacant Skies. Um, and I believe it was Larry's.
Yeah. So I guess it was Larry's wife, or lead singer's wife, who I worked with her at the time. This is like right when I moved back to Flagstaff, and I was looking just to kind of play music with people, and she had heard that, or she had knew, because I knew her from working in the same building previously, um, that she knew that I played bass. And so she approached me and said, "Hey, um, Larry, my husband is looking for a bass player for his band." And so I was like, "Sure, why not?" It's just I kind of joined, and that's
Hmm.
kind of been it.
Yeah, so I've only
Small
really known
world.
him for a couple years now.
Yeah,
And so
we've only known each other for as long
the
as
three of y'all
the
separate
band's been
Eric
going,
was the
but
original members,
I'm
or
very thankful.
Yeah, but I actually grew up and went to school with Larry, and saw him around high school and stuff like that. He's like a year older than me or something, but
I was there too. Yeah, we all three, Larry, Jade, and I all went to
oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
went to the same high school. I was just stuck in the band room, but
He was just the quiet band kid.
yeah.
okay, okay. And what is your roles and responsibilities within the group?
Well, shoot.
Slightly shifted recently, but
Yeah.
Larry actually does, he writes all the lyrics for all the songs, and he does all our art. So all of our album art that you see, when you stream our songs, you see all our album art. That's all our vocalist Larry. He does all that himself.
For a little while there too, he was doing all the social media posting, or at least a large majority of it. But that's actually shifted now to Jade and Jason actually doing all that stuff.
Mhm.
Um, so that's been a really big help for Larry, so that he can kind of focus on making the artwork and his other personal life stuff and whatnot. And then
And you said that was for marketing. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, every band these
Oh,
days seems like you got to market social media wise, get yourself out there.
agreed.
So many ways to do it, but social media is like a must these days,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah,
It started to be like a 9 to 5, ain't it?
it can be, man.
Yep.
Yeah, but between Jason and Jade here, they're able to nail it. We're getting some traction going on TikTok because of Jason. Jade's got the YouTube account
Says it's
finally.
reconnecting. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah,
Are we back?
'cause
We're back.
Oh,
yeah,
Hello? Says it was reconnecting.
there.
yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool.
Can you hear
So where did I leave off?
Um,
us?
I kind of taken over a lot of the social media roles, as far as that goes. Me and Jason. Jason does a lot as well. I think our TikTok is like doubled in the past month because Jason has been on there so consistently. But with social media, you just got to be consistent, and that's the
Yeah,
hard.
that's pretty realized because I was trying to do a lot of my own stuff, and the biggest problem for me was just a lack of consistency. So I find with the band, it's a lot easier to just pump out some content every day. I've just been focusing on TikTok because I have beef with Instagram. I just kind of think it sucks now, but
Understand.
um, we're working on it. I think if you can grow one, then if you do really well on that platform, they all just grow with it as a byproduct of one's success.
Yeah,
So I've just TikTok because it seems like the easiest to want to grow on.
it's true.
But
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
just
said for TikTok.
just for our content, and I know Jade's been putting a little bit of stuff on Instagram too. So yeah, we're just gonna see, man, take it as far as we can.
Okay. So I check out some of your platforms. I was checking out your YouTube, and I see that you have a couple live performances. I would like to hear from each of your point of view. How it been, so far on your journey performing live, performing your music. You can start off with Jason.
So I don't think I played in any of the videos on YouTube. Um, and also on that note,
Yeah,
as
I think
far
some
as
of
our,
those
our
are
recorded
older
music goes that we
takes.
have out as of March 15th, 2025, I've only played
But
on
still, you can
Silent
answer
Man.
the question, right?
But
You there?
with the recent live shows and really everything we've done in the last year,
Yeah, you guys there?
I think you
it's been
cut
a
out.
lot of fun because I wanted to do like a heavier thing for a while. And this was the opportunity to do that. I started out by just filling in for shows that the old guitar player Mark couldn't make, and then he quit. So I joined and I started writing stuff that really fit the group's sound. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's just a ton of fun. I feel like we get a really solid turnout for most shows, and the energy provided by the four of us, especially Larry, our front man. I mean, that like I've met a lot of people who do music, and I think a lot of people have. There's like a few things you really need to have to actually make a career out of it. And I think the three of us in this band, or myself and the other three of us, the four of us, whatever, all really have a lot, most of what it takes. Some people just kind of they have the passion, but they don't really have like maybe the drive, or vice versa. And these other two gentlemen in this call, and especially Larry, when I work with them, I just really feel that this is what they should be doing, and it's really I'm very grateful to be in a group with like-minded individuals in that regard.
I agree,
I
absolutely.
respect that.
100%.
Jade, you might go next.
What was the question again?
So I was asking, how has your experience been so far amongst the group performing live in X era?
Yeah, Vacant Skies in general has been a very high energy group. That's been a lot of fun. Yeah, as far as like the past year goes with Jason, what he brings to the table, I think has brought this band to another level. So
Oh yeah.
it's always more exciting. That's my favorite part, honestly, is going out there and being able to perform and release that energy on stage in front of others that are, like-minded or just looking to escape and from their reality that night or whatever it may be, just connect to someone on that level and play your music live in front of someone. And I think that's the best connection you can make.
Okay. Eric,
Yeah, so for me, the experience in Vacant Skies has just been nothing but fun and fulfilling. I've never had the opportunity to really be so creative, um, openly in with a group of people, especially with Jason. Really, our sound is a lot more pop punkish when Mark was our guitarist, and that was kind of it was fun and great for an intro into being a band, but we wanted to progress more than that and kind of move more into the prog metal and a little more post-hardcore kind of sound or whatever you want to label it. But we wanted to do more than just the simple pop punk thing. And Jason being in the band has really just absolutely blown that door wide open for us. And especially like for me, like answering your other question too from before, my big role in the band is right now is being the producer, and recording engineer. So, well, actually, not only for I guess drums, myself and Larry. Jason is doing a really good job of sending his own guitar recordings to me, um, which is
Gotta send you, Derek. I finished one yesterday.
I know I'm not I know. But it's great because see like Jason is just extremely tenacious with getting these done, and that's like I mean heck, as a producer that's all you can really ask for, um, and just the willingness to help too because we're not Jade, Larry, and myself, we all live in Flagstaff, but Jason has to he had to move down to Phoenix. So at first it was kind of a challenge, but man, it's been nothing but growth and just adaptation.
Mhm.
Great. And like Jason was saying too, it's great to be in a group of people like this who all share that same passion and that like little bit of crazy that it takes to just keep punishing yourself with this.
I agree. Definitely hearing the passion that you have amongst each other. I can definitely hear the brotherhood that y'all got going on. Um, and I'm actually curious for Jason. Uh, so correct me if I'm wrong. So you recently became full time guitarist?
Yeah, a year ago roughly.
Okay. So what songs have you appeared on?
As far as released music, only Silent End, but we are working on an album, and I will be appearing on every song on that project.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm looking for.
Jason is he's also the composer for uh, a large majority of those songs actually. Um,
6 or 7.
six or yeah, so more than half, that's for sure. More than half of the album is
Uh,
Jason's composition.
yeah.
And
But really, what I enjoy about the writing process we have is if I have something where I've written most of the music, and if Eric brings something in, then there's still a lot of room for me to make it my own and be creative. So even though like he may have been the initial composer, or I may have been the initial composer, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, everyone is still able to contribute how they best see fit.
yeah, like that's yeah, again, like back to kind of my point about just how creatively free it is in this group is like and like we all kind of we've all earned our stripes in other bands and other places too, which is really nice. So we kind of have an understanding of like I'm gonna write that out this guitar part and a real basic drum part, and then send it out to everybody, and allow Jade to rip apart that drum part and put what he wants, and then I can actually put my bass line over that, and then shoot those files back and forth to each other with full input from everybody.
Yeah. And on that note, what I love about this group is I just feel like, at least when it comes to songwriting, it's very efficient.
Yeah,
Coming from I really like I want to talk more about Larry, because I would just have an idea and I'll send it to him, and then like 30 minutes later he'll have lyrics almost completely finished, and I just think that's completely amazing because I've always had a hard time writing lyrics. I've always found it much easier to express myself just through sound, and having someone there to put words to the sounds I'm able to conjure up has been really, really, I guess, ear opening for me. Not eye opening because music, but that's cringe as fuck, bro. It's been really wonderful working with
Hmm.
Larry there, because I've been in this other band and we've always kind of had a harder time getting lyrics together. But Larry
Hmm.
is just done. It's amazing how fast he's able to work.
oh, he's
Are
amazing.
you saying
Yeah.
okay? Shout out to Larry. And for Jason, are you saying as just like be able to work together with your bandmates to create lyrics, or was you just talk about being
I mean,
creative?
really just mostly Larry doing the lyrics. I might chime in on a word or a song name, but it's mostly just him coming up with the ideas. Maybe a melody too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna
What
say,
was you about to say?
between the three of us here in this call, our big thing is just being, musicians. Our we're not so great with getting our feelings out with our words, and that's kind of why we really appreciate Larry's ability to just throw lyrics on top of everything and just have it fit perfectly every time.
And not only that, but he's able to go from a scream, a yell to a clean part very, very smoothly. It's very impressive. Like, it's inspired me because I've sang before, but I never really like I've tried to learn like the scream, but I never knew how to do it. But being in this band has really just kind of inspired me to actually try that.
Yeah.
And not to mention the stage presence that he has.
Oh,
If I don't know if he goes on TikTok and YouTube, but there's a lot of clips of him just running around, and he's got the mic, he's like whipping it around and like punching and kicking and shit. It's so much fun to be in a group where we have a man up there totally commanding the audience the way he does.
Yeah, definition frontman.
And that's like,
Crazy. Like if you're ever in the Arizona when we're playing Mr. Aura, you got to come out.
Yeah.
hey, yeah, I definitely will. And I was just thinking of how much some of your music kind of remind me of like a good soundtrack for like Tony Hawk. Uh, I'm not sure you ever played like Tony Hawk, the skateboard game,
What is it?
but it remind me of
Yeah, what was that?
Tony
Sorry.
Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like soundtrack.
Yeah.
Some of the music kind of remind me of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take.
We grew up on that, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually curious when it comes to your live performance. Uh, do y'all have a particular song out your catalog y'all enjoy playing most?
Um.
We can start off with, well, whoever would like to go first.
Well, I would say that it's for me it's Black Flash is always a favorite to start off with when we're playing, or just to play in general. It's just always a nice like that's a fun song for us to play because that's the first one that we kind of all pieced together as a four piece. That was the first one that we kind of got together when Jason got into the group. Um, but so far that's my favorite, and then I really like playing uh, Only Words We Know. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, if I can categorize, yeah, those would be my two favorites, and then Damaged Visions would be a solid third. What about you?
So the first one was Black, what? Black Flash?
Black Flash, but it's not released
Oh,
yet. That's actually
No, it's
oh,
not.
it's not.
no, not yet. I guess this will be. We'll first announce it on here. It's going to be our next single.
We've been playing it live though.
Okay.
Yeah, we have been playing it live.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Black Flash is so sick, dude. I can't wait for you to hear it.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. So
It's
for Eric, it was Black Flash. What was the second one?
um, what was it?
Only
Only
words.
Words We Know.
Only Words We Know.
Yeah.
And then the third one was
Third one was Damaged Vision.
Damage. Okay. And Damage Vision is out.
What was that?
Damage Vision is out, correct?
Yeah, yeah, that one's on the that one's on the album.
Yeah, it's on Panic Theory.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Um. Okay. And who would like go next?
You would.
I honestly don't really have a favorite. I guess I get pretty amped up on these new ones. I just yeah, I can't say I like one song or the other. I like playing the whole set, you know.
Agree with that.
Okay. For you, do you have a memorable moment performing live?
Yeah, there's a few memorable moments. Like we were talking about earlier, our vocalist is crazy, you know, he's running everywhere, punching, kicking, dancing, you know, jumping everywhere, rocking out, and sometimes he just causes a little bit of chaos. Sometimes he'll jump up on my drum set and my tom will fall off, or he'll, you know, step on the guitarist's stuff and his stuff will come out unplugged, and those moments are pretty memorable for me. It's just really fun and makes me laugh.
Okay. Do you got one for practice?
What was that?
Do you have one for practice?
Practice, a memorable moment from practice. I mean, I got one. Really stupid though.
What you got?
It was when
What?
Jade was walking to the studio and his dog took a giant log and smacked his ankle with it. Real loud.
That's kind of fun. Okay. Okay.
It made the loudest like clunk sound that I've ever heard. It's a core memory for me now.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Jay, while you thinking of yours, we can give Jason the floor. For you, Jason, do you have a
So
particular song that you enjoy playing the most?
yeah, my
Perform.
favorite is to double up on Black Flash because yeah, that was like I just kind of that song is funny because I had a real bad writer's block. Like I had already played one or two shows filling in for the band, but I had really bad writer's block just for a while because I was like not just doing this, but a lot of other music stuff, and I was in school, so I was just really burnt out, and I was JJK, which is where the name comes from, Jujutsu Kaisen, because they hit the move Black Flash, and there was one particular instance where that move is used, and it inspired me, so I went up and I wrote the music for it. So that song just really means a lot because it got me out of my creative rut and really into the band. And then also Silent End, which we have out, just a great main riff. It's really easy for me to move around when I play that song because some of the tracks we play, I have to really pay attention to what I'm doing because the parts are difficult. But Silent End is just a couple of simple riffs that Eric put together, so it's really easy for me to move around. And
Yeah.
I have a fun song that I really like to play, just some mean riffs. I'm also really excited to play some newer songs we haven't even rehearsed together, but I'm gonna leave that there for now.
Okay. Okay. Before I hit you up with the next question, uh, or I can leave it up to you, Jake. Would you like to move on to the next question?
Yeah, let's move on for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
For the next question, uh, I'm curious. Can you ever recall a time that you was impressed by each other?
Yeah, all the time, honestly.
Ev-
Shoot.
Every practice.
Yeah. Yeah, usually I'm impressed all the time by like I guess most recent one is shoot just Jason's ability to recover on stage. Like that was really cool.
Broke a string.
Broke a string. We were completely deaf on stage at one of our recent shows, and so we kind of ended the song in the wrong spot, and it kind of felt like a juggler about to lose the balls he's juggling, but somehow still managed to catch them. And Jason just helped like led us right back into the solo and finished it up the right way.
Yeah.
Um,
Jason over here, Shreddy Krueger, as we call him.
yeah, Shreddy Krueger.
Just echoes come out through all that muffle, and
Yeah.
oh, we're good. We know where we're at now.
Yeah. That's Jade recently tried out for a ska band, and like holy shit, man! I was like very impressed with like the versatility on this guy. Like sound like he'd been doing it forever. Um, Larry again, just like his ability to like come into the studio with me to work on stuff, and like that's the great thing about Larry too is like he's not just a singer and a songwriter and all that good stuff, but he's actually got a great ear on him too. But he comes into the studio and you can hear stuff that's wrong with our tracks or have ideas to add to certain things. So yeah, I'm impressed with all the
Uh,
guys.
Agreed.
that's who would like to take my next?
I want to so I agree with pretty much everything Eric said, but I want to talk about Eric too because not only is he a great bassist, he's very, very comfortably diverse because he came from playing more jazzy stuff and now he's just really playing root notes. But his root notes have a lot of swag to them, which is
I try to
some.
still nowadays. Yeah.
But what impresses me the most is that because he, like he said earlier, he's like engineering and producing the new projects we're doing, and for me, learning to I have so much respect for people who are good at engineering because I knew eventually I'd have to learn to do it. And when I started having to do it on my own for like my own stuff and recording my guitar parts, I really realized how much there actually is to it because you don't just record your part and then that's it. Like you gotta mix it, you gotta gain stage it, you gotta put all the other instruments together and making them all collectively sound good is crazy. And there have been some bumpy parts along the recording process where things have been retracked and
Yeah.
certain some songs have a lot of parts so it can just be confusing, but he's really managed to make everything sound great and we're all really happy with that. So
Appreciate that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. We've really learned.
not just for all the engineers in the world who don't feel like they get enough appreciation, like you guys are the unspoken heroes. But
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. But it's been
like
a lot of fun, that's for sure.
that of of like it's like the guy in the military, like he's getting stabbed by all the knives, and there's just a kid by him. It's like that's the engineers, and the kid is like not engineering.
Touche.
That's funny.
Touche.
But yeah, it's definitely been
Yeah.
fun. And it's been a good learning process too. Like Jason said, a bit of bumps in the road there, but it was good to, grow into this nice process that we have now.
That's what's up. And for you, Jay, do you have an answer?
What's up?
What about you, bud? What do you think? Moments you're impressed by everybody.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'm just so impressed. Like every time I'm with these guys on stage playing a show or practicing with them, I'm always impressed with them. Just basically everything Eric said. Yeah, just
No.
but also, yeah, just every single one of us has our own particular craft that I think we're all very talented at, and we all come together very nicely, I think.
Yeah, and like
Um,
in a necessary way too.
so it's
Kind of like a
No.
four-legged stool.
yeah.
Okay. So you saying as y'all complete, y'all will not be looking for no new member after this, or do y'all expand?
Like Guitar 2 for shows has been we've been talking about it. We have a couple candidates.
Yes,
That's true.
I would like to have
Yeah.
3 guitar players, maybe 6. Why not?
Yeah, maybe
I would like.
we could get I think for me, I just kind of want another one for shows because I like the writing creative process we have now, and then we'll see what happens from there. But because usually when I write, I'm writing not just my parts, but like if there's a lead, there's gonna be a riff to keep it all full, right? So it also just helps, when we're playing live to have a much fuller sound. But despite not having one, I think we've been doing well. Oh, and what's going on?
Oh, sorry. I don't know why.
I think we're good. That was weird.
My bad. That was my fault. I was getting a call. I had to put my but I was listening to what you were saying. But I was listening to what you were saying. Okay.
Hell yeah.
My last question before we hit to the halfway mark. For right now, I'm curious from as the group as a whole. From your opinion, what is your biggest strength as a band, and what's something that y'all need to work on, in your opinion?
Biggest strength. Our biggest strength, I'd say, is our ability to just kind of say, fuck it, let's do it. Or screw it, let's do it. Sorry. Um, I would say like our ability to kind of just say like, yeah, let's schedule a tour. Yeah, let's make this album. Yeah, let's write some songs. Let's get this show. Let's just do it. A lot of other bands, and you know, if they have kind of a trouble doing that, it's kind of why they stand still for a long time, just because they just don't want to, or they don't have that weird crazy part of them, I guess, at the moment that just makes them say, yeah, screw it, let's go for it. Um, I guess one of our biggest weaknesses would be, oh shoot, I don't even know. God, um,
Or something that y'all need to work on, in your opinion?
yeah, something we got to work on. Hmm, nobody's perfect, that's for sure. But I guess our like, if we could work on
More.
practicing more, I guess.
No, that's a good question. And
I think right now we're just like real happy with with what we're doing.
I
Y'all in
mean,
the honeymoon phase?
Like we're like, yeah, we've kind of got this thing running like a greased up machine.
I think something I'd really like to do is open for some bands that I've been listening to for a while when they come to tour here, because
There,
I feel like we've had big shows, but nothing like super crazy. And some of our peers' bands have opened for some certainly noteworthy acts, and I really think I know we have the potential to do that, and especially once we start to release some more music and we enter into the new era that we're in with our newer sound, I think we'll really be able to make something like that happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I agree. That is something that we can definitely work on. Is like snagging some better shows, getting on some better bills.
And correct me if I'm wrong, and y'all independent, correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. So will y'all be interested to sign to a label or looking for an agent, to find y'all more gigs and stuff like that?
It would certainly depend. We've
Yeah.
been signed before. Um, we used to be. Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't know that y'all were signed.
Yeah, so I didn't know you didn't know that. Yeah, so before I guess before Jason came along, we were signed to a label from Pennsylvania called Allegedly Records. Um, and that was a fun, that was a fun little experience. It was a good learning experience. We basically completed the contract requirements in a very short amount of time, and we learned that most other independent labels don't really provide too much. You know what I mean? So if we do decide to get signed, it would have to be with somebody who is professional and is genuinely there to promote and project the band into the scene. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, that's kind of the problem with labels, from what I've heard, is that they're really only going to be interested in you once you're at a point where you don't need them.
Right.
Mm.
But I think a lot of labels can help plan things like tours and really get your merch out there. But
Yeah.
independence can certainly be achieved nowadays, probably easier than ever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've always really just wanted to Frank Ocean, where I have like a 1-2 album deal, and then I drop the fake album to fulfill it, and then drop after, and then make all the money.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's smart.
Yeah, dude.
um,
Fuck you talking to?
on and then
No
and then
fact.
disappeared off the earth, man. Frank
Hmm.
Ocean, right?
No, I agree. Even recently with Kendrick, he started his own label on all his music. I think his previous deal would have had a 20 split. Well, he would got like 20% out of his older
Yeah,
deal if he would have performed his older music. So I do agree. Uh, when it comes to the royalty split, you definitely want to take the most out of it.
for sure.
Um,
Yeah,
oh, go ahead. What you have to say?
I was just gonna say that our big thing is like if a label offered us the ability to tour, basically, like that's kind of their big thing is like we want to get out to the East Coast and we want to have solid transportation, we want to have solid merch set up, and we want to have solid venues. And if a label could provide those three things with a reasonable compensation from us to them or and vice versa, um, you know, I think then it'd be worth talking about, potentially signing to them. But if those three things aren't fit, then I don't think I would even consider it.
No, okay. No, I respect that. Is that the same for everybody?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Coming in the halfway mark, how we feel?
Good, good, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. All right, continue on. Before we continue, I would actually like to shout out some connections on my end. And if y'all would like to network with them, I'll let y'all decide that. And I'll share you their information at the end of the show.
What was that? Sorry, bro. I didn't hear that.
So I'm about to share some connections that I made on mine. And I'll let y'all decide that's the type of people y'all like to network or connect with. And then
Oh,
I will share you their information at the end of the show.
oh yeah, dude. Sure, we'd love that.
we appreciate that
Yeah,
as
thank.
well.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. My first shout out to Jet Production. They make short action films. So if you like to connect with somebody that direct short action movies and stuff like that, uh, you know, I would share you their information.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I like that.
I st our second shout out to Jeremy. Not only he's an artist, but he's starting up his own series called Tap Room Live, where he would do uh performers. He would set up like performances with like restaurants and type of bars, etc. Where people can perform live in front of a small crowd. But he's creating his own series, showcasing that. But if you'd like to network or know more information about that, I'll
Yeah,
be sending you his social.
Yeah, yeah, shoot. Yeah.
for sure.
Curious, where is he based out of?
North Carolina.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
But I know he is working on expanding, so I'm pretty sure it's going to expand beyond that.
Right on. Yeah, we'll take it.
Okay.
Thank you, bud.
Our third Our third one, shout out to Jason Needladder. He's a 2D animator. So if y'all need anything around like animated music video or flyers, stuff like that, uh, we have somebody that we can recommend to you their social as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Cool. Get some
No,
2D drawings.
okay. And next one, shout out to One Nation. Jason, you was recently talking about your interest within anime. Well, we have somebody that created their own comic books slash like manga. So if you'd like to connect with somebody that is the author, writing their own stories and stuff like that, we can make it happen.
Hell yeah.
You
Nice,
want
nice.
to DM all these people to me on TikTok? We can figure it out from there.
Okay. And our last and bonus one, uh, we recently doing a collaboration with a producer where we create our own soundtracks with themes and challenges, and we invite artists to come on there and be creative around that project. But if you are interested either in the project or just connected with the producer that produced the project itself, shout out to Moss, producer. We can make it happen. I'll be sending that information after the show.
Cool.
All right. And just to make sure we're on the same page, you are interested in all, or y'all have your own particular pick.
Yeah, we're pretty much interested in all of them.
Yeah, yeah. Shoot it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we will add them to the sort of contacts because those
That's for
all sound
sure.
like projects we don't really have too many connections for. So it's a good idea.
Okay. All right. No problem. And giving y'all the floor, anybody can listen into this podcast, so they get to hear directly from your mouth. When it comes into looking for talent or people that y'all would like to network with, who are y'all looking
Shoot, we're looking for promoters specifically. Looking for promoters to who are serious about getting a band out onto the East Coast. Um, we're looking to connect with other bands who have their professional stuff together. Who want to play and
Want to go on tour with us?
want to tour with us. Yeah, like we're we're looking for connections for transportation. That's a big one. Um, Shoot, that's a really big one for us right now. Um, I guess lodging too, any kind of like lodging connection or information. Really anything that that's involved around the tour scene. I suppose also, like maybe some social media management too. You know anybody in that kind of realm?
for? Okay. Okay. And do y'all have rest of y'all? Is it the same answer, or do y'all have you got like to add on
No, that's pretty much a collective answer, I think, unless Jason has something.
Yeah, no, I think we're good there.
that? Okay. So you're mostly looking for a promoter. Will y'all be interested? I'm guessing y'all would be interested in like a marketing agent.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
We would be more than
Mark,
take a look at a marketing.
um, it's like there's some interest, but I want to see how far we can go on our own first, and then maybe look into that
Okay.
after.
I respect that.
Okay. Nice. Nice. And And I'm curious, have y'all starting to get some plays overseas?
I want to go to Japan really bad.
We have
Yeah,
not, but we really want to. Europe, Japan, everywhere.
South Korea.
We want to play everywhere, all over the world,
Did you say North Korea?
No, dude, there's I don't seriously. I don't know if you guys
Got that.
they did a whole like Asian tour recently. Like I don't ever see metal bands playing in Thailand and China, but they went all the way over there, and it just seems really dope. Like a whole untapped market.
No, I agree. I agree. Just make sure you learn the culture. You don't
Japan.
want to do something that actually puts you
Other
behind bars.
Let's go.
other
Go play in
like
the center of Pyongyang.
hmm Okay. So, interesting, interesting. So y'all want to play overseas? Okay.
Yeah.
like
Okay. So checking out y'all music, I have about one, two, three, four, five. Being a first time listener, 5 out of 14 songs that I listen to really stand out to me being a first time listener. And then I have about 3 songs that's growing on me. So the way how I choose these songs, just being a first time listener, songs that really stand out to me, something particular or something that was just catch my attention, I would just put it on that list. The songs that's growing on me, those are the songs that make me want to hit it on repeat. So if it had me wanting to like I want to hear it again, those are the songs that's growing on me. So I'm curious, what would y'all like to know first?
Shoot. What's that first five that stood out?
First, and would y'all like it all at once or one at a time?
Uh.
all at once, baby. Let's just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Endless for the first one. Endless sleep. That's
Class.
my first one.
Nice.
Second one, Poison Kiss.
God, I hate that song.
The third one, The Space Between Us. The fourth one, The Wake Up Call. And then the last one, Don't Breathe.
Right on. Okay.
Those are the 5 songs that stand out to me being the first time listener.
Cool.
How y'all feel?
Interesting. Yeah.
How y'all feel about
That's that's mostly all of our shoot older stuff. We kind of those are good songs. We definitely liked playing those, but man, it's gonna be exciting to get our these new tracks that we have out because we're kind of going a little bit more of a different direction. We don't really have too many of those guys on our set list anymore. Um, but it's good to know, those are still good songs that people like.
it? Okay. So where is your do y'all have any like current music out? Is it on like a certain platform or haven't dropped yet?
So the most current one we have out right now is just Silent End.
Silent N.
Yeah, that's the current one that we have out that's new. But like we were saying earlier, Black Flash, I would expect that to be announced very soon.
Okay. So forgive me. Typically, I just go by putting your music on shuffle. Uh, but I will invite y'all again once y'all drop uh
Oh yeah, I'd love
your
to.
new music. Um, just so I can listen to that experience. Uh, but to the songs y'all have out at the moment, those are the songs that stand out to me being a first time listener. Um, for the songs that's growing on me, uh, well, do y'all care to to hear those out, or
Yeah,
y'all
man.
want to?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. No, I just want to make sure that if y'all didn't want to promote your older stuff
No, you're fine, dude. They're still good songs. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
It's always going to be a part of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
A fan wants you to play a
Okay.
song.
Just
It's
making
hard
sure.
to say no sometimes. You gotta have that ability to be like, yeah, we can play some of those songs for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one was "Smile We Fake," "Buried Beneath the Surface," and then New Blood.
Uh,
Oh, actually, there was four that were saying that's going taking over the second half of that. I really
oh yeah, taking over. That's a fun
Nice.
one. Yeah, so that's fine. New Blood's I would say that's definitely on my list of like favorite ones to play, and that was one that yeah, I have a lot of fun with that one. That's definitely one that's still in our set list. Um, and then it's funny you mentioned Buried Beneath the Surface. That was the first song that we ever put out.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the first release. And then shoot, what was the other one that you mentioned?
So Smile We Fake,
Smiles We Fake.
New Blood, Part Two, Taking Over, and Buried Beneath the Surface. That was the four.
Yeah, Smiles We Fake is definitely a good favorite one too. I think we should add that one back in the set list.
I think maybe even to add to a previous question, one of our strengths I think would be our ability to have that eclectic sound. You know, a lot of our older stuff, is like punky, but there's a song with like a reggae breakdown. So we have the ability to kind of mend well with a lot of different bands. So like our first show ever, I'm pretty sure we opened for the Coffin Cats,
Mhm.
which is like a rockabilly group. So I think across our discography, it's interesting hearing these answers because our thinking about our discography, it's very eclectic in that manner, and um,
It's about to get more eclectic.
yeah, yeah, totally.
Shout out to you. And I'm actually curious, for all y'all. How do y'all prefer for new listeners to tune into y'all music? Do y'all prefer for them to put it on shuffle, start off with a particular project, start off with the newest song? How you like for new listeners to tune into your music?
I would like them to experience whichever way they possibly can. Like it doesn't really matter to be honest.
Yeah, I guess I would say kind of similar. I don't really hmm. I guess I don't know, personally I'm an album listener. Like I like to listen to the whole project, not just I'll find a favorite out of there, for sure, but I don't know. However it comes across them, I don't mind it.
How about you, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely prefer some of the newer stuff like Silent End and the End Memoir EP too. There's a lot of really cool stuff on that. Once again, um, Luz Devora, New Blood are all really sick. But yeah, I think what the other guys said is probably a good way to sum it up. It's really just about whatever resonates with the listener.
No, respect that. Uh, and when it came to y'all live performance, what's in your current rotation of songs y'all perform?
Shoot, I can't remember all of them right
we
now.
we try to have a little bit of mix of everything and change it up a lot, to be honest. But there's a few songs that have been on that list for a while. I think Only Words, excuse me, Only Words We Know has been on that list for a long time. We've been playing live. Um, there's a couple
Yeah,
that have been seasoned, but
Black Flash, Only Words, Don't Breathe is one that we always like to play. Gosh, half of our set list now is new songs, so it's like I don't
yeah,
know if I want to mention them. Yeah,
new and unreleased.
yeah.
So, when it comes to y'all, what y'all working on an album or a few singles?
So what we like to do is, I guess over the course of us recording, what we've learned that works best is like either go for an album and then in that process release a couple singles, or go for an EP and release one single. And so in this case, we're going for a full length album. And so we've already released one single off the album, and we're gonna definitely be releasing one more. And I'm not sure if we're gonna do a third, but we're definitely gonna be doing one more single before the full length comes out.
Okay. And for the full length album, how many songs you plan on uh appear on that project?
9 or 10.
I think we got 10 total.
Okay. Okay. And do you guys have a somewhat of an idea when y'all plan on releasing it?
I'm hoping either beginning of the summer or beginning of fall.
Late this year.
Of this year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah, this year will be coming
Okay.
out.
So if it's safe to say that the project is like on a good pace of like completion.
Um, I would say,
Taking its time,
For the
it's
most
gonna sound like we want it to for sure.
well, it's just
No.
it's just well, it's one project in particular that's taken a lot of time.
No.
Which is yeah, and then now that that one's kind of been put closer to the finish line, everything else is going to be a lot smoother sailing.
Okay. And what are y'all excited for, for your audience or first time listeners to experience on this project
Um,
or this album?
a wider set of diversity. Um, I would say it's more artistic. It's more progressive. It's not as simple playing, not as simple of just bar chords and basic riffs. It's kind of we're excited for this one to come out because this is going to be our current, our first magnum opus, I guess, in our musical careers, for us, at least for me. Um, where this is all of our effort. This is it. Like this is what we can. This is all that we got right now, and we hope that it's received well. We really do. We hope that people like it because this is something that we've put in a ton of effort and are about to put 2 tons more to finish.
Yeah, that's a really great point from Eric. I like that he's called it a magnum opus. I magnum opus of what the band has done, but also really for ourselves, for the amount of art we've all made. This is definitely, for me, the thing I'll be the most proud of that I've ever created. And I'm excited to see how it does. I'm excited to see what people think of it. But even if people hate it, I'll still be glad just to have something out there. Something that's just a huge culmination of the way that I've felt, the way that I've grown, the way that we've all grown, and what we've experienced over the last few years. And it's just really exciting to finally share that with people. And if people listen to it and they like it, if people listen to it and they feel something, I don't care if they feel like they hate it and they're never going to listen to it again. I'd rather you feel that than feel nothing.
I just need people to listen to it. That's all.
Yeah, I just want people to listen.
Let's say.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
yeah, this is
And hopefully happy, I guess. That'd be amazing, but we'll
Okay.
see.
yeah.
So what's your strategy? What's your strategy to marketing new music? What's your
We're
strategy?
gonna take nude photos and put them on TikTok.
Tours, tours,
No,
tours. We're trying to go on tour.
Touring,
That's
yeah. A
yep.
a big
We're,
strategy that we've been doing
we're
is
performance clip, Subway Surfers footage underneath them so people actually watch it
yeah,
with the song.
yeah, some
Okay. I start seeing that. And what you was about to say, Eric?
um shoot, I was about to say one strategy that we're really going for right now is like implementing our new songs in our set list to kind of get people, our fans that come to our shows excited about what we're doing too.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's
We're actually we're actually gonna tour and open for Playboy Cardi on his I Am Music tour.
yeah.
What? Are you serious? Were
I don't
you
know if I
serious on
want
that?
to, dude.
Was I not supposed to say that?
No.
Hey. Oh, but wait, that was a joke or you was serious?
No, bro.
No.
Okay. All right. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Okay.
The
So
whole gonna tell him to be active in his son's life.
wait, say that again.
Bro, the whole tour, we're just gonna try to get him to be a good father. That's what we're doing.
Oh man, give that another 10 years,
Alright,
and we probably see the changes.
yeah.
Um, okay, and I'm curious, how has the audience react to your new music? That's not released yet.
So
Was
far, so
their
good.
what was their reaction so
It's been pretty positive, I think,
Yeah,
for the
so
most
far so
part.
good.
We have kind of been dialing back on our shows because um, Jason lives about 2 hours away from the rest of us. But yeah, it's been pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
our current fans seem to like it and kind of vibing with it. So yeah, we're excited about that too.
far? Okay, and y'all in the same time zone,
yeah,
or
yeah.
is it
We're on
different?
the same time zone.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. So that would be the most challenging part with the bit of the distance.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
that's the most challenging part. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, shout out to you. It seemed like y'all working on the new album, plan on releasing it. Uh, you said sometime. I know it was like late or the beginning of fall, but you said the earliest what, summer?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
going to be early summer, beginning of summer, or beginning of fall.
Okay, okay.
single
And
out, kind of maybe soon, potentially, possibly.
Yeah, real soon, real soon.
This year.
and I'm curious this year. And I'm curious, do y'all have any merch out now?
Oh yeah, we've got a lot of merch. If you go to our Bandcamp, there's a pretty good selection and example of what we do have. We are also working on a new spread of merch for the album release. It's a lot of really cool designs. I'm actually really excited for it. Um, yeah, but right now what we got is should be on our Bandcamp if you want to go check it out.
Okay. And my last question for you, when it comes to the audience, how could they go about helping you? Is it by, tuning into shows, sharing your music, buying your merch? How do y'all prefer, the audience to tune in and help
Uh, Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Um, that's a big one. And listen to us on Spotify and Apple Music. And then yeah, come buy some merch, and also just come say hi. That's a great way to support us. It's just to come
Here
talk
in
to us.
Arizona, check us out at one of our shows, and if you're not, then maybe see us on tour in the near future.
Yeah.
y'all? Okay, okay. Um, come to the end. Y'all can shout out your platform, your social media. Shout out anybody that y'all want to put on. Such as shout out to Larry. Uh, and then drop a song out of your catalog y'all want the audience to tune
Silent End.
to.
Yeah, yeah. Silent N. Go check that out. Um,
Yeah,
And that's your latest release, correct?
That's right.
yep.
No.
And you can catch all of our social handles at Vacant Skies _AZ. Typically, we're basically on every platform under that name.
No.
and then also go check out Robert Adachi on YouTube. He's our mastering engineer, good friend of mine. He's doing he likes to do remakes of, excuse me, sorry. He likes to do remakes of Pokemon music, but full orchestrated versions of them. Like this, it's nuts. You got to go listen to him. You can get him on YouTube at Totalis Music, or Tytolis Music.
Okay, I'll definitely check them out.
Dude,
And
it's
you said
nuts.
Pokemon?
Dude, he's remade a 156 track album that he's trying to release this year.
Oh shit.
And, like, he spends thousands of dollars on his plugins and like hundreds of terabytes in memory. It's nuts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would definitely like to see what you got going on.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
check.
if you don't mind sending me his link, I would definitely check him out.
Yeah, I'll shoot it to Jason right now.
I appreciate it. It was definitely good to have y'all on this podcast. I'm looking forward to your success and keep rocking. I think I got potential from the music that I heard so far. I haven't gotten the chance to listen to the latest, But just from what I was listening to so far, I think y'all got potential. So if y'all happen to expand upon that with the evolution of that, I'm definitely curious to see more. But so far, it seemed like y'all got the crowd attention. Definitely what I saw on Spotify, it seemed like your following base is growing. So I think y'all got it. So keep striving, keep rocking, and I like to see y'all at the top.
Hell yeah, man.
You too, man.
Thank
Fun.
you, man.